This season we start off at Brands Hatch on the short circuit. We then go to Thruxton.
And then Mallory Park, Oldham Park, Mondello Park. Then we go to Croft.
Knockhill, then Snetterton.
Silverstone. Cadwell Park.
Back to Oldham Park.
Donington.
And then we finish the season at Brands Hatch on the Grand Prix circuit. Paul was the first one, which we had back in the Phil Giles days. Glen Richards, I thought's been here long enough. Brucey, a New Zealander, he wants to hang upside down all the while. Dean Thomas, my other rider, came over with Glen originally. Steve, my son, he's doing pretty good. Johnny T, he's our engine builder. Roy jumped on the team with us. Lee works for me Thursday, Friday, Saturdays. Frank and Kim, the lorry drivers, they're both tyre people. Tina, she's one of the brolly dollies, she enjoys that bit. My wife, she just likes work really. I'm trying to slow her down at the moment.
We've been supplied with video cameras to do video diaries basically. As a run up to each round. I'm sitting here on my motorhome trying to relax at the moment. But it looks like I've got to do my video diary again. To just take them everywhere we go really.
The ambitions of myself and the lads is doing World Superbike, and we'll keep striving to get onto that podium. We did like 5 engine changes in the week. Came here, both guys fell off Friday morning in the wet. Glen got knocked off with Kia in the afternoon. I went home, made a cup of tea for the wife with a cold cramp.
You trashed me bike. I don't know, it wasn't too bad. Just a few scratches here and there. He was alright as well, was the main thing, so yeah, that happens, you know.
I don't know what to expect anymore. Hopefully he'll have 2 top 6s, he should do, judging by the lap times, but yeah, should be alright.
Just checking my clutch, Mike. Always check your clutch. I went in a little bit tight and just touched the edge of the wet stuff and on my butt.
It was lying in 3rd position, so we could have been up for a podium, but it's game over.
I'm riding as hard as I can. I just kept losing the front everywhere for the first 5-6 laps.
5 laps to go. Glen went down into the old hairpin. A rider went down in front of him, back marker, and just took his attention. He touched the damp patch with 5 laps to go. Made a real mess of the bike. Nearly landed on top of a marshal who was clearing the rest of the debris up as well. But Dean finished a strong 5th. Started very poor, it's been a real tough week for the lads. All the mechanics, a lot of work to do, but yeah, happy enough, happy enough.
The bike had quite a heavy impact, and we decided to change the whole chassis really. The forks went off to Harris Olin's to be checked for straightness. I put a new frame on, and obviously the swinging arm as a precaution. It looked okay, but we decided to put a new swinging arm in.
Put a new one in? Yeah, right, put a new one in. Right.
Harris Performance, they modify our swinging arms for us to our design.
All the teams at BSB are working within a budget, and what we try to do and what they try to do is get the best performance at the most economical rate. With this particular swing arm, it actually works pretty well, but there are areas of it that can be improved, so that's what we do. So between us, we sat down, we looked at every area. They said, we want this done, we want that done, what do you think about this? We came up with a spec, we made them one, they went away and tested it, came back and made some little tweaks to it. What we're going to do, we are going to cut the existing end blocks off the swing arm. Then we're going to cut this whole brace off on this side.
You and I are at the stage.
We're going to pull the 2 arms out so the swing arm is at the new width that we want to achieve. And then we're going to Well, these new chain adjusting blocks on the end of the swing arm in the right position.
We need to decide.
We're going to produce a section like this, which we're going to substitute for this. I'm going to put that on here. This is totally handmade.
Are we only killing time together or apart?
If people want to take the standard swing arm, they're fairly happy with the basic performance of it, but they maybe want it a different length, they may want it slightly stiffer, they certainly want to have a different method of chain adjustment and wheel removal, but they don't want to spend the money for a bespoke from the ground up swing arm, which is quite a lot of money. So we modify a lot of swing arms, a lot of Suzuki swing arms, lots of Kawasaki swing arms.
The finished item.
We've been doing this for about, I don't know, 35 years. My brother and I started because we were racing, we were engineers, we were working in the business, we were racing motorcycles. You start producing things for yourself and then you start selling them to other competitors, and the whole thing grew from there.
Can you just push my spindle through? I've just done this one.
That week the bike was a total rebuild. Also Trigg, the engine builder, he did a complete rebuild on the engine, so it was a near enough brand new bike going into Brands Hatch.
Last race of the season and we're back to Brands Hatch.
We finished the season evidently at Brands Hatch on the Grand Prix circuit.
Brands Hatch is fast, flowing, quite up and down, mixture of hairpin bends and fast sweeping bends. So yeah, Brands Hatch, that was the final race of the season, and we went into Friday practice, and it was okay the first session. The second session, Glen lost the front into Druid. It was quite a fast crash. The bike went into the gravel and just tumbled a bit, so it's quite a lot of damage. So obviously it was Friday night, we was repairing that, new fairings and seats and foot pegs and things. So
On the Friday, we had a pretty good Friday, really. But for a change, I made him ride a spare bike. I thought, just out of interest, I've always thought it's a good bike, so we just decided to get him out on that. Dean was struggling to keep the wheelies under control, really. These obviously, being as powerful as they are, wheelie quite a lot, and we came up with this solution here to sort of try and lock them into the forward bit of the seat, so that it, helped the bike stop wheeling, and he can still move back onto the seat when he needed to for braking, but it helps support him and take a bit of weight off his arms when he's out down the race, stop a bit of arm pump as well. So we've been running that for like half the season, but he rode the spare bike yesterday for just a little bit of a session, and he liked sort of the original seat we started the year with. We went back to the original seat that we started the year with because at Brands he felt that felt better for him. So by making him ride that other bike, even though it wasn't necessarily overall better, there was a couple of things on it he picked out to put on his number one bike. So, and we swapped something on the engine over as well because of that.
The last 24 hours up to today, about an hour and a half prior, we're doing the same as what I was doing last night, building a crash bike. But we're not bitter, we just don't want to see him.
well, we seem to be spending a lot of time in the gravel, a lot of time. So we decided to put that because we reckon the name suits. So simple as that, really.
They've crashed again, haven't they? They've gone down the road, Marlene's.
If we finish, everything's on a hook. If we don't finish,
We want to finish.
you're definitely here next year.
Because me and Lee will have hung him.
Brands Hatch?
Yeah.
You want to say hello, Aiden?
Hello.
Yeah, say hello to everybody.
Hello, Daddy. Hello, Daddy. Hello.
Yeah, you can see Daddy, can't you? Yeah, here we are, last round of the championship. Brands Hatch.
Well, we're at the last round of the championship, finally, and Brands Hatch. One of my circuits that I quite like, actually.
I've had a bit of a torrid weekend. Everything's sort of gone a bit pear-shaped. It's been one of those weekends that you'd rather forget.
Daddy, talker.
Yeah, Daddy's talking. You have to be quiet. Shh.
Friday's practice went reasonably well. Didn't do an awful lot of change with the bikes. Mainly spent the whole time just sort of doing laps, to be honest. Which normally I'm trying to sort of fiddle with the bike and get a decent setup, but for this weekend we've decided just to go out and sort of go round and round circles, sort of just try and get the time out of me rather than fiddle with the bike so much.
Friday practice was going very, very well in the morning, and then in the afternoon I had a little oopsie and fell off the Druids, which is a corner that seems to have claimed me several times now through my career. So it's not one of my favourite corners, but yeah, it wasn't too bad. There's no damage. It wasn't. It's just one of those things.
Today in qualifying, it's been quite good. 5th quickest in the first session. Reasonably happy with the times. Went out in the second session, went quite a bit quicker again. So stayed in 5th. Out qualified Glen for a change, so he's in 6th.
I fell off into the key litter, and then today in qualifying, we're on the front row in the first session and everything's looking really, really good, and I felt like we'd made a few improvements with the front end, and then in second qualifying I got my qualifying tyre on, got in behind Leon Haslam, for a real balls out lap, one of those laps that you'd put it on pole or you end up in the fence, and fortunately I fell off again, and mechanics weren't real happy with me.
But for a change, I think for this weekend I'm actually in a position where we don't really need to make any changes with the bike, and I feel that we can actually hopefully run for a podium.
This weekend I've been searching for some front end feel, and I haven't been able to find it.
Fingers crossed, you never know. Let's see what happens tomorrow.
See what happens, get off the line and get in amongst them and hope for the best. Cool. Ciao.
Brands Hatch final round. Everyone we're trying to get out with, end of the season, we need to get a good run and try and get onto the podium. Friday, the weekend's gone pretty good up to now. Friday morning, both riders were in the top 6. And we've never been out the top 6 at the moment. Glen slipped off on Friday in the last free session up at Druids, going into Druids. Bit of a nothing crash really. Just lost the front end. Dean's out qualified him. Dean's qualified 5th, Glen's qualified 6th, so I'm happy with those positions because the times are very, very close. And I think race-wise, if we can keep, as I've said many times, if we can keep out of trouble the first few laps, then we've got a good chance of a podium. And I would really, really love to see Dean get onto the podium because he deserves it. He's rode hard all season. Struggled sometimes, set up with a 4-cylinder, but he's kept chipping away.
I think Dean will beat Glen in both races. Well, that might be wishful thinking, but I think get a podium last race of the day.
We're going to win. I can feel it in my bones.
Today, hopefully 4th or 5th. So I'd like to get a podium for the last round, which would be good because we did do it in the first round. So Lee's flicking the V's.
So far the weekend, it's been pretty good actually. I mean, Friday to be honest, all day Friday I just been riding around. For a change, I didn't bother playing with the bike or trying to find a setup. It was just more down to do some laps and settle into the bike a bit really. And it's made a bit of a difference really. Instead of fiddling, I found the time on the racetrack instead. So that was a bit of a benefit. Yeah, damn boss.
I don't think they're that happy with me, but then again they never really are, so it doesn't really matter that much.
I'd love to see one of them on the podium today. That would be brilliant. That would be absolutely superb. Last race, really good. And then a great party tonight. Just get myself a better view.
I think the bike should be pretty good. One of those things where, a lot of times you can be not real happy going in the race. And, you just get into a good rhythm in the race and seem to cope a lot better with the problems. So we'll see. We've got 2 races, so.
Normally I'll go into race 1 quite nervous and, anxious to get going really, just a little on edge. Today I seem quite relaxed, quite calm, and I mean I have had a pretty good run up till today. So Friday was good, times were good. Saturday was good. I was good on race tyres. I was up in the top 5 again this morning warm up. So maybe I just a slightly different approach to it, but for some reason I'm quite comfortable. So it's going to be a hard race today.
The really important aspect for us is the fact that so many of our customers just love bikes, and they're very keen on the Hawk Kawasaki team, and they are constantly phoning us saying, we'd really love to come to the next event. They've obviously seen us on the TV show as well. That helps them to to really get into it, and it's just a constant onslaught of people wanting to join in and get involved in the team.
We're just doing the last minute tyre pressure checks, and then we're away. Yeah, looking pretty good so far. We'll just cross our fingers, Mike, get these two out of the way, and just hope we bring it home.
Race 1.
Positions at the moment are 3 and 5. Dino 3 and Glen 5 on the first lap. Harris has gone down, maybe a safety car coming out, so we're just keeping our eye open there.
Glen down.
Glen down.
Glen down. Glen's just crashed out.
I think he was just pushing it a bit hard, really. Yeah, he seems to have lost it coming out of the turn, which is a strange place to lose it from. But no doubt I'll have something to say when he comes back.
He went into the corner on the brakes, and the front just washed away, so some problem there. I don't know whether it's his confidence or what, but we'll have a look when we get the bike back.
Just lost the front and down we go. Early on in the race, really. Nitra sat there for a lap or two, didn't he? But there we go. Dino's pressing hard for 3rd place with Hayden, so just had a quick lap there, 27.1. So it's whether he can get past Hayden is the big question, really.
Come on, Dean's fighting with Keogh and Hayden, so he's right on them, and Keogh and Hayden are looking pretty ragged. Like Keogh wants it bad, and so does Hayden. So if he can just stay where he is, stay with him, and pounce if there's a mistake by the front two, because they're riding pretty wild. He's right in there, mate. He's fighting.
We've got a real good race for the great qualifying, great first lap. Glen binned it on the second lap when he decked the motor out on, I think Surtees out the back there, which is a bit strange really, having done over 100 practice laps, we're going to deck a motor out there. But Dean hung in there and point nothing over the line with Hayden and Rio, so we got to be happy with that. I mean, a great scrap for 3rd spot. He ended up 5th, but we're in a big dice for 3rd, so I'm happy with that. Real happy. And he's closed on Carl Harris, and after this he'll leave this 6th spot. I'll have turned top 6 if he does it. We're 7 points behind now, so fingers crossed.
Race 2, Mike. Oh no, 2.
Dean's 3rd, Glen's 4th.
Dean 3rd, Glen 4th, but the group behind's catching them by about 0.3 a lap, so they need to get their fingers out, basically. Dean just needs to ride like no tomorrow, basically, and beat them fair and square.
I didn't catch your name, and I know it sounds insane.
Dino finished 5th again with a great scrap over the line with Plater and Rio and Glen right behind him, so we backed that up. And for me it was mission accomplished. 2 riders in the top 6. I was going to be happy anywhere in the top 6 with 2 riders. 3rd in the team championship again. The only rider to score points in every round. and that's a great achievement for all the guys that work in the team. For us personally, another little goal was that we're the second best Dunlop runner behind the factory Ducatis. So really for us, mission accomplished really, what we were looking to do. For sure we'd all like to be better, but you have to look at things in a realistic light and think, yep, I'm going to be happy with that, which I was.
So I've enjoyed like doing the TV series. It's been good, and I've actually signed a programme, and a couple of people wanted some signatures, so probably made me a little bit famous. But there again, got to go back to normal life now.
The TV series has been brilliant, really. I think I said before that I was a little bit. Because when you can remember our TV crews used to arrive with 4 Arctics and 9,000 staff and wires hanging everywhere, to see you guys with just a camera headset and a fluffy squirrel stuck up near your nose and one camera, you think, crikey, this is going to look like one of those videos they send in into the TV. But it's been absolutely brilliant, really.
How come the cameraman's work is never done?
Yeah, no, I had a good night. My girlfriend was there as well, and we were jumping up and down to the band in the Hawk tent, and it's just they ran out of beer a bit quick there. It went wrong.
The beer was flowing, it was free, so but it had to end so early, really.
It's a great night. Sore throat for the next 3 days, legs aching, absolutely knackered.
Since when have you become the camera lady?
Okay. Today's events, race motorbikes. It was all right. Now we're getting drunk. Can't complain at all, really. That's all its fault.
Kawasaki have pulled their finger out and delivered us a 2006 motorcycle like 4 days ago. So we should be in front of what we're doing, and just need a real big push. I'm not a big man for predictions, but we'll do our best and keep the green bikes flying.